All right, so let's jump right into today's topic today. A lot of you are trying to find ways to make some extra income or maybe even switch over and to start trading the future markets full time. That's probably what a lot of people are trying to do because they are probably burnt out on, burning both wicks of the candle on both ends, and they know that something has to give. They're trying to find a better opportunity in life in which they can make some money to support themselves and maybe even their family, and start really putting it away for, a rainy day, retirement, savings, whatever it may be, okay? I'm going to share with you just a very simple strategy that I've covered a million times over here on my channel. And I did put together a free PDF which outlines the strategy, the step-by-step scale down approach when it comes to using range bars to be able to trade the way I do. Not just the way I do, but the way that so many other people who are part of our Discord community, those that are part of the YouTube channel, especially over in the Discord, that are, using the strategy to actually take payouts from their prop firm, that they may be trying to, or the prop firms that they're actually using and have gotten funded with. They're taking payouts. Some people are using the same strategy to actually trade live. The strategy is very universal in the sense that you could trade it across multiple markets when it comes to futures, whether it is, the equities, the commodities, the currencies, whatever it may be that you have interest in. The name of the PDF is the ES Futures Range Bar Blueprint Guide to Funding Your Own Freedom. It is free. If you want a copy of it, you need to do a few things. Now, even though it's titled ES Futures, it works just as well. The strategy is universal, like I said. It's just within the PDF, which is a five-page PDF, which breaks down the strategy. I am talking about the ES Futures in regards to the pair charts or set charts, the pair charts that I use for trading the ES Futures, okay? Now, again, like I said, it's universal. You can trade it using the NASDAQ or the micro NASDAQ, the MNQ, using the 320, the 120, and the 24 range charts. Those are a range bar charts. Those are the charts I use when I'm trading the NASDAQ. Now, okay, if you want a copy of this, a few things you need to do. Down in the comment section right now, type in ES Blueprint. Please click the subscribe button and make sure to click the like button. Then head over to the Discord. There's a link in the description. Scroll down, you'll see the link there. Click on it. Join is free. Come over and send me a direct DM, okay, with your YouTube username, and I will send you a copy of this free PDF that has been helping and working for lots of people. Not just the PDF in a sense. The PDF as a whole, because the PDF is really breaks things down from an elementary standpoint, but people are spending time watching the video content as well, and that's how they're learning how to, use this simple strategy trade. Now, what does it entail? First and foremost, you've got to understand structure, okay? So for me, if I'm looking at the NASDAQ futures, or maybe even the MNQ, doesn't matter, I am going to look at my highest base chart, which is my 320 range bar chart, okay? Now, if I look at this, looking back just, maybe 30 days or whatever, it could be a week, whatever the case is, I could see that we were in a wedge for a period of time to where we had, a major high, the market pulls back, we've got this low here, and then it runs to the upside and creates another high right there. And it's from that point forward, I'm looking and waiting to see, okay, what is the market going to actually do? Now, that doesn't mean you can't take trades. I'm just telling you that the market is wedging because the market moves in waves. You got to understand that, it moves up, comes down, pushes back up. So even though we had a high here, this was a low, it broke above that high there. That was a major high. Broke structure, made a new high here. Came down, we ultimately made a low right here, as you can see. And then from there, the market pushes back up and makes its high. So the market moves in waves. Highs, lows, makes another high here. So now we're in between a major high, a major low. And we're looking to see which way is it going to break, because it can only either break to the upside or to the downside. So it's a waiting game in a sense, But what you should be able to see is that determining is that we are in a wedge. Can you still trade this? Yes, you can scale down to lower base charts or lower charts to find opportunities to trade, even when the market is, kind of wedging. But you got to be careful, because in a wedge, that's where the market is kind of setting up and starts to range, because you're in between two major points of a swing, okay? Like a major high and a major low there, all right? And eventually, as you can see, we came down and broke below that blue line, which is a major low. came down below that blue line there, and we may continue pushing lower. Not sure. But as it stands right now, what are we doing? We are pushing to the upside, and we do have a bullish channel. Now, if the market breaks below this low, I am definitely going to be looking for opportunities to trade going short to the downside, and especially if it takes out that major low right there. This is a new major low the market just created, okay? From, I believe that was from Friday's trading session, okay? So first and foremost, you got to be able to depict and form a bias of which way the market is moving the direction, okay? Very simple. Now, the strategy involves trading supply and demand, and once I figured out the structure of the market, meaning which way I want to trade, then it's a matter of marking up higher base charts to start with, then scaling down to a mid-level chart to an entry chart. Okay, so whatever charts you use, this is a step-down approach from identifying structure on a higher base, marking up your levels or zones on a higher base, moving down. So if we got a demand set up, because I trade supply and demand, on a higher base chart, let's say we're bullish, okay? I'm going to mark up as long as I find a demand zone, okay? Preferably one with a high, that's a high probability setup when there's an imbalance or gap resting back at the zone. Like for example, like right here, you can see the market broke structure above that high right there. It comes back, it taps this demand area right here, okay? I'll mark that up because that is a high probability area of demand right there. Now, and then what I'll do is I'll wait for the market to come back to this zone here on the 320 range chart. From there, I'll move down to, say, for example, my 120 range chart to find a demand setup as well. So we're looking for confluence. We're not looking for like a demand on the higher base chart, supply on the lower base chart. You want everything to be, the same. You want everything to be moving in the same direction. If I'm looking for a demand setup because it's bullish on the higher base, and I mark up my first zone on the higher base chart, which is part of the strategy, then I'm going to look for and wait for the market to pull back to the higher base chart, demand zone, and then from there, once it taps the higher base chart, I'll move down to a lower chart, mid-level chart, like 120 range, to find a demand setup to continue or take me in the direction, as we're bullish here in the channel, I'm going to be looking for a demand setup on the 120 range chart. And then from there, I'll scale down again to my 24 range chart to find demand setup to move in the same direction. So I want all charts to be in sync with one another across, across the market. So again, you got to understand structure. Market moves in waves. Okay, we determine the overall direction of the market. From there, mark up your whatever you figure out. Once you figure out the direction or the flow, the trend of the market, then you want to mark up your first chart off of your first zone off of your highest base chart. Okay, so let's look at an example right quick. All right, so as I mentioned earlier, looking at the 320 range chart, we're in a wedge, right? You got a high, you got a low. Market goes back up, makes this high, but then we start running to the downside right here, right? So with that being said, the market comes down and makes this low. But if you pay attention, you'll see where even though we made a high here, remember what I said, the market moves in waves, and then we have this low here. As the market starts to move to the upside, it's breaking above structure as it moves higher. So it creates that high right there, okay? And then on the move to the downside, you can see where it's creating areas of structure as well. You have a low here, it went back up, it made this high, it comes down, breaks that low. Then it goes back to the upside, creates a high here, but it's breaking structure coming lower, as you can see right here. So the market moves in waves. So we had a high here, but it continuously kept breaking structure, coming to the downside on the inside of that wedge there. Now, at some point, the market's going to turn back around, right? So you can see again, it's still breaking structure lower. Okay, we have a low here, goes back up, makes a high here, and what does it do? Come back down and break that below that area of structure that I just showed you a minute ago, below this low here. Now, this is the turning point to where the market starts to move back to the upside. We get a bullish run to the upside right there, okay? The market breaks structure, pulls back. We've got a low here, makes a high, creates a low right here, as you can see, and then we go back to the upside and we break structure above that high there. Now, on the pullback right here, we've got a demand zone resting in this area, and it's a high probability area. Now, as you can see, the market broke above that area of structure there. And this was the starting point to where the market started pushing back to the upside. Mind you, this is a a high here. Okay, so the market is pulling back to break that high right there, and there is a demand zone resting right here. So when the market comes back to this area here, naturally speaking, you can definitely suspect that something is going to more than likely happen in this area right here, right? So I'll mark that up on my higher base chart, the 320 range chart. Then I'll just move down to a lower base like entry chart, which would be my 120. No, I'm sorry, not entry chart. Down to the next level chart, which would be like a 120 range chart, to see if I have any confluence, but maybe there is a zone that's resting on the inside of this zone, meaning a 120 range demand zone resting on the inside of this zone, that I could fine tune things down. If not, then I'll have to wait for the market to create an area of demand on the 120, then scale down to the 24 range and look for a demand zone as well. Now, as you can see, from there, the market does what? It breaks back to the upside here. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Give me 1 second. I'm going to chart froze for a second. Sorry about that. But the market breaks back to the upside. We break more structure going back to the upside, okay? And then we're still creating areas of demand and breaking to the upside as well. So, for example, this area right here, this is a valid area of demand resting right here. As you can see, we broke multiple areas of structure pushing higher. We broke above that high there, came back, broke above that high there, came back, tapped demand, broke above that high there, and we're still creating areas of demand pushing to the upside. So there's a demand zone right here. The larger box is the 120 range demand zone. Aggressive buying, that is what supply and demand is. In this case here, demand, aggressive buying, pulls back to this area of demand right here. And after sweeping that small high right there, pulls back, aggressive buying, pulls back, high probability area of demand, the larger box. So this is where I would move down to a 120 range chart to see if there is a demand zone on the inside of the larger 320 zone. If not, then I'll have to wait for the market to show its hand on the 120 and break and create some new area of demand. Now, as the markets were tracing back here, what day is this? June the 30th. Let's move to it. June 30th, right here in this area here. As you can see, the larger box is what? There's a high probability area of demand on the 320. Smaller box here, we've got a demand zone on the 120 as well. So we've got multi-chart confluence, that's what I like to call it, where we have a zone resting within a zone. Market comes back, taps 320 range, larger box. We've got a demand zone resting on the inside. Right here, you can see the market broke structure, aggressive buying on the 120, pulls back to the area of demand on the 120 as well. From here, I'll just move down to a 24 range chart to find a demand setup going to the upside, because now if you look at like the 320, the 120, yes, things are still looking bullish back to the upside, or still looking bullish. But if you move down to a 24 range, you may have where, because it's a lower base chart, where it may be looking, slightly bearish or bearish. So you want to wait for a setup where there's a key area of demand that's formed on the 24 range, which is going to be the entry chart, to look for a trade setup. These are all the things that I talk about in that PDF. These are all the things I talk about in my videos across the channel. Using multi-chart confluence, so basically just finding, using pair charts like on the NASDAQ or the micro NASDAQ MNQ, like the 320, the 120, and 24, to capture or find these entry points to where we can take trades moving in the direction of which the market is actually trending. So here, market break structure back to the upside. As you can see, it broke above this area here. We have the larger box, which is the 320 demand zone, pulls back to it. We also have on the inside 120 range demand zone, and then from there I would find my 24 range demands on the trade going to the upside. Very simple. This is the way in which you can make some extra income, like $300 a day. Seriously, like I go for about 25 plus points a day. So if you go for let's say you go for 2 trades and you break it up, MNQ, and you go for 15 points per trade, right? Trading, let's say half the size of a standard 1 E-mini contract, which would be 5 contracts micro, right? So you go with 5 contracts on, and going for 15 points on the NASDAQ, fairly easy to do. It's going to net you $150 or gross you $150, right? You do that twice, you're going to be at $300. So if you could do that every single day in a perfect world, that's going to give you $1,500 a week, correct? So, but it's not always probably going to be that way, right? But I'm just simply telling you that if you went for 2 trades a day on 15 points, trading 5 micro contracts, that's $150 right there, just for 15 points, okay? Because the tick value on the micro NASDAQ is 10 times less in size than the standard E-mini, but I'd highly recommend if you're a beginner trader to trade the micros because you're not leveraging as much, especially if you're trading props. Prop firms, they don't give you but so much capital to trade with, or money of their money to trade with, which is basically the drawdown amount. So the drawdown amount on an account or a challenge evaluation, whatever you guys call them, it's like say $2,000, $3,000, and you got to understand that that's all you really have to work with. So trade the micros, and it's gonna protect you and save you from, even if you take a hit here and there, it's gonna keep you in the game. But this is what I talk about here on my channel and breaking down the strategy. I go more in depth, in great depth, going across the board and talking, just really focusing in on and zeroing in on things more so in the elite and the ultra elite group. So if you're interested in joining and becoming one of those members or supporters, it's very easy to do. There's a link right below the Discord. It's titled join. There's a tab there, not link, I'm sorry about that. Right below the video, you'll see a tab that says join. If you click on that, you'll see a few tiers pop up, okay? And within those tiers, you'll see the perks and rewards that you receive. You can become an elite member and receive all my trade breakdown videos. The trades that I personally take, and I post it over the Discord. I break them down in detail, going from start to finish. Price action, market structure, stop loss placement, profit target areas for every one of those setups. And there's tons of them there that you can watch so that you can start to hopefully grasp and understand how the strategy works, and then back test and forward test it yourself. Can't guarantee anything to anyone out there. You got to know that trading is very, very, very risky as it is. And a strategy is just a strategy. And when it is, it works. And the reason why I'm saying it does work, people are using the same strategy. Check out the testimonial channel or here on the Discord, and you'll see that people are using the same exact strategy to find their way to taking payouts or getting paid. Seriously, making money. But yeah, I mean, it all depends on you as a person. People come with lots of things that may hinder them from trading, hinder them from being able to trade the correct way and look for great setups, because there are things you have to learn, the key concepts. Number one, market structure. Okay, so with that being said, again, like I said, I can't guarantee anything, but you do have something that could work for you if you really put the time in to actually make it work. Okay, $6.99 a month. We're talking about pennies on the dollar, like 24 cents to 25 cents on the day. $6.99 a month, where you get all the trade breakdown videos, video playlists, and a great video surrounding market structure, which is very key. Okay, so if you're interested in becoming an elite or an ultra elite supporter, the link is down, not the link, the tab is right below the video. Join, Join. Click that. Once you do, you'll see the tiers pop up where you'll see the elite and the ultra elite. It'll lay out the price point and the perks and rewards you receive for becoming a member here on the YouTube channel. All right, you're supporting the efforts of the channel is what you're doing, and in turn, I'm giving things back to you. I'm providing something that can work if you put the time in to make it work. All right, but that's all I have. If you haven't taken time to sub to the channel already, please do so by clicking that subscribe button. Make sure to like the video as well by clicking the like button. I greatly appreciate it. And that's all I have. I hope everyone has a great rest of their day, and tomorrow and the rest of the week, this week has a successful trading week ahead of them. Take care.